Well, we've had competitors of American Ninja Warrior on the show before, but we've never talked to one of the hosts.
This is amazing. I'm very excited.
That's one of your favorite shows.
Yes, Emmy award-winning host Matt Iseman pumps up the crowds with his enthusiasm each episode. But he does so much more than just ninja. He's also a pretty funny guy.
He's a funny guy, and he's live at the Funny Bone this weekend here this morning on The Blend. Matt Iseman, good to see you, buddy.
First of all, I feel like you guys were making it clear that I am not an athlete, and I will have you know, I played baseball, so you don't have to separate me from the amazing. Yeah, you look. You look athletic.
Well,
yeah,
have you tried the course on American Ninja? Have you tried the course yourself?
Wow, you had to ask that. So I did. Last season, I tried the end of stage 1, the flying squirrel. It's the last obstacle. And it's a 6-foot drop onto a trampoline, and you leap gracefully.
Yes, you got to grab.
Handle.
Yes, yeah.
I went on the tramp. My foot buckled. I face planted in the water, dislocated a bone in my foot, and had surgery.
Did you really? Oh, did you?
So right, those who can do, those who can't host. I stick to hosting.
How hard are those courses though? Because they look. I mean, when you're watching, it looks easy.
No, the good people make it look easy.
Yeah.
They are so. It's so every obstacle is brutal. When you get up there and I look at the warped wall, 14.5 feet high, and I don't know how they do it, but the good ones, like Jesse Graff and Maggie Thorne, our Nebraska athletes, they are so strong and graceful. And when an average person who doesn't train year round and have an incredible athletic ability,
there's Maggie right there.
Yeah, Maggie was incredible, and it's awesome seeing these athletes, but they do. People, when you're sitting at home or when you're hosting, you think, I can do this.
My 7-year-old son thinks, he's like, I could do that, Dad. I'm like, yeah, right. It looks easy, but I don't think it is.
It's brutal. But what's cool is we just announced we're going to be doing an American Ninja Warrior experience where we're going to be touring and taking the course out and having sort of varying levels from beginner level to intermediate to the actual pro course.
Oh, so other people can do it.
People are going to try it. So we're going to be, we're going to be starting in Houston in November. And I think they're going to have, we'll get, I think, around 4,000 people through the course on a weekend.
People are going to love
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
As you're watching Maggie, and the women have kind of taken this competition to a new level, I feel. I mean, I know, a lot of times people like watching the male athletes, but I think the women have really helped take this show to another level.
In fact, the women athletes are by far the most popular. As we look at it at the end of the year, Jessie Graff, Casey Catanzaro, people like Maggie Thorne, the women athletes really have. And what's amazing is they're competing with the men.
With the guys,
like Jesse made it this Monday night. You'll see Jesse, or no, I'm sorry, you'll see Jesse in 3 weeks in Daytona, and a little. Well, I don't want to ruin it, but I'm saying
no, ruin it.
She she does better than just about every man.
Okay. Oh my!
It's incredible, and it's awesome because I think it's been such an inspiration for. And not just young girls, young boys too. Casey Catanzaro being 5 feet tall, a lot of smaller guys, Jonathan Horton, Olympic gymnast, Tyler Yamauchi, they saw Casey and they're like, oh, someone my size can do this. So it's cool that the women can inspire men.
Now, let's move on to Celebrity Apprentice. Schwarzenegger, we were talking about this before the break. He actually chose you. You won.
Yeah,
you're the champion.
Yeah.
I'm the champ.
You are. I can't do it. Why am I trying?
So how do you win that thing? How do you pick
being amazingly talented. I don't know. I don't know how I won, honestly. So the final task, I went up against Boy George, and we had to put on a variety show. We had to do a photo shoot for a cruise ship. We had to raise money. And in the end, I think Schwarzenegger just loved the fact that the only person who loved Arnold more than him was probably me.
Right.
So we had that in common. We both loved Arnold Schwarzenegger. So it was a ton of fun. I raised nearly $1 million for the Arthritis Foundation, and I met Arnold and Vince Neil and
Boy George.
Hanging out with
Boy George.
It was incredible. I mean, I remember seeing him when I was in junior high, and now I'm hanging out with this guy.
What's he like? He's older now.
Great. He's great. But he's still, he's on The Voice in Australia. He's still touring. He's like the face of Dior fashion.
I haven't seen much of him, but I guess he's still pretty busy.
He's big internationally.
Right. One of the things we haven't, I don't think people know is your folks live in Fremont. Right?
Well, they grew up in Fremont.
They're
in Denver.
They're in Denver now.
I was just out in Fremont 3 weeks ago. In fact, tomorrow I'm going to be at the Fremont Golf Club for Dig Street, which is a foundation that's kind of encouraging people to get into entertainment and video production and film production. So I'm going to be out at the Fremont Golf Club tomorrow doing a charity event.
So you still have family there?
Still have family. My Aunt Barbara and Uncle Tom are still out there.
Are they watching? Aunt Barbara?
I hope so. They're going to be coming out to the Funny Bone too.
That'd be great.
But it's great. I love being out here in Nebraska. I feel like this is kind of my second home.
Especially when it feels like 200
degrees. It is
degrees.
a wet blanket. Oh my God, it's hot. But thank goodness for air conditioning.
Oh yeah, well it's working today. I got to stop talking about it. We talk about it all the time. The air conditioning's been out. So
the last week we got a rough weekend.
That is not civilized to not have air conditioning.
No,
that would be as hard as competing on American Ninja Warrior.
I think so. So that means that we are just as big of athletes as they are.
So you got into stand-up though. You've been doing stand-up for a long time, and but we recently started seeing you last few years on American Ninja Warrior, the Celebrity Apprentice. Your stand-up shows. That's where your love is.
It is. It's what brought me. I used to be a doctor, and I left medicine.
Which we skipped over that whole part.
Right. Yes.
He went to medical.
Talk about
you're going to go to medical school.
Yeah, went to medical school at Columbia, New York, not South America. And so I started doing stand-up comedy, and it's been about 18 years, and it's my first love. There's nothing like, for me, being on stage and making people laugh is just the greatest. It's like riding a wave, and it's so much fun doing stand-up. The Funny Bone's great, so
Well, you're very funny. I
hilarious.
Think, I think being a comedian is honestly the most difficult job in the world.
It's harder than being an American Ninja Warrior, I'll have you know.
It is.
Well, Matt Iseman, he's going to be at the Funny Bone all weekend. He's got 2 shows tonight, 2 shows tomorrow. You can call the Bone phone, 493-8036, funnyboneomaha.com.
Well, thank you so much.
My pleasure, guys.
And enjoy
Open invitation for the course, you guys.
If I ever get in shape, I'll be in shape by winter, hopefully. If I ever
stick to hosting, it's much easier.
Yes, it is much easier. You don't break a sweat normally.
Thanks, Matt. Good to see you, buddy.
Thank you.